Eddie Barker, you talk too much stuff. You talk way too much stuff, and I don't know if you think you're still dealing with Dwight, but somebody needs to tap you on the shoulder and let you know Dwight is gone, honey, and Lucius is home. You better watch yourself, honey. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Season 4, Episode 14 of Empire. Okay, so as I said, Eddie Barker is way too comfortable with all that shit he be talking. I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling it, and I'm like, Eddie, I don't know what you got going on, dude, but I don't see it turning out real good for you. Eddie and Lucius was having this little conversation when we first started off. Eddie was steady talking shit and refusing to leave easy because Lucius presented him with some papers like, you could take and go ahead on and sign that over and resign, and we just, and we be good because I already know what you're doing, and I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling it. And Eddie was giving, whatever, I ain't got nothing to do with what you're talking about. My wives have bought their little stock into Empire on their own, and I ain't going nowhere. I was like, oh, bitch, you gonna come up stinking. You better go ahead. But he's going on about his business. Next thing you know, Eddie done threw this surprise party for Tiana. Here, her song has gone to #1. It's her song, and I think her album is wet. No, it was her song and Tori's album. Her song went to #1 on the charts. Tori's album went to #1 on the charts. Lucius wasn't even invited to the party. I said, oh, I'm Miss Eddie. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. But Lucius found out, got wind of it, and they were all there. Then we found out, remember the little fat board member that she got a little thing for black meat, honey. If y'all can remember back, her name is Myrna. Is it Myrna? I think it's Myrna. She's horrible. She's the little fat white woman. And she's a whole mess. And maybe it's Myra. Whatever. Y'all know who. She's the carrot top bitch that Thirsty was eating her pussy in the goddamn elevator. That one. Eddie then went to swooning her. I said, oh, okay. So the next thing you know, Etna, that's her name. Her name was Etna. Bitch was, I knew it was some old ugly 4-letter name. Myrna. No, because Myrna's more than 4 letters, but it's still ugly. Anyway, it's some old time ugly bullshit. So they end up, he goes and takes her out on this date, baby, after he done talked that shit to Lucius and thought he done did something smart and cute. And Tiana's still showing her ass, because she's like, oh, now I'm doing this, that, and the other. She just being a bitch. Being a complete bitch. But Lucius set Eddie up. He get a good old Etna and go and takes her out to, I think they went to Leviticus. Was it Leviticus? No. Leviticus is where they actually had the party for Tiana. He went to this real nice restaurant. And Lucius had and got over there, honey, and had all 3 of the wives show up, baby. They showed up. And they all were like talking to Eddie about this money and this, that thing, and the other. And, none of the 3 of them have a filter. So they're like, yeah, you better, your whatever deal you working out with Empire better work out and I get my money or this, that, thing. They was carrying on, honey. And good old Edna was sitting up there looking like, I said, girl, low self-esteem loses again, huh? Now, Child, she got so mad at Eddie, and Eddie's like, "This is all a misunderstanding." She went to walk out. He said, "Yeah," and then she gonna turn around because first she was giving, "Oh yes, we don't ever want to lose Eddie." I said, "He done sucked her pussy already, baby." She was walking up out of that restaurant, and they said, "Yeah," they said, champagne's been sent over, compliments of the boss. How did he look over, and it's that goddamn Lucius with a glass and going toast? I said, he got you. And I went to walk out and she would say, now that Lucius is back, I'm glad. And I don't know where you're going to be and what's going to go on with you, but I hope you get your business in order, honey, now that Lucius is back. And she going to walk out there. So shut up, Edna, bitch, because you was all down with it when he was licking your nasty fat cat. Stinking whore. She went on out of there. I said, oh, well, you done messed that up, Eddie. Then he took and turned around and he goes and he gonna get with Shine and tell her, Shine, you know what? Let me right the wrong that I did on you years ago. He's like, yeah, because you're the one that got Lucius to turn his back on me. And he was like, that's all right. Yeah, my brother, this, that, and the other. And how they going, he didn't swoon Shine. Or so he thought. Baby. Shine set his ass up real good. So come on down to the studio and meet me. I got this white boy that I want you to see because I think we could make a whole bunch of money. This, that, and the other. He get down there, baby. He walks in and he's like, okay, well, where's this white boy at? He gonna say, mm-mm. Next thing you know, that damn Lucius walks in. He gonna say, yeah, see, I'm siding with the devil. I already know, Eddie. Fuck you. And he walks out of there. And Lucius was like, you can stop all this shit you're doing. I'm telling you, you need to stop playing with me because you ain't just met me yesterday. You already know how dangerous it is to keep fucking playing with me, Eddie. And then Eddie, I said, okay. So I'm like, yes, Lucius. And that damn Eddie turned around and told Lucius, I taught you. And you know how dangerous it is to fucking play with me. I was like, I was like, Lucius, you need to cut this fat bastard's head off. That's all that's to it. And Lucius was thinking the same way I was thinking because next thing you see Lucius sitting down, loading the gun. I said, gonna fuck him up out of here. And I was here for it. Because you're not gonna keep on rolling through here doing all this motherfucking shit talking. You in here fucking around with my money and then talking shit. I said, Lucius, bonky his ass. Get his ass. I don't want to see another scene with Eddie talking shit doing. I was sick of it. Sick of it. Anyway, let me go talk about Cookie. I'll get back to Lucius and them because I done got all of them. Child, listen. I had enough of that goddamn Eddie Barker, old cock-ass son of a bitch. Anyway, so Cookie goes, Cookie had gone down and she found Pound Cake's daughter. Her name is Maya. She found Maya. Maya is an extremely talented ballet dancer. Pretty girl. So she goes down to the dance company, tells her, I'm Cookie lying. And she's like, oh my God, I know. So she tells her, we're trying to find some backup dancers for Tiana. And here it is. The girl loves Tiana. So she didn't tell her everything that she wanted to tell her. She told her, come on down and I want you to audition for me for Tiana. So she comes down and she's down there. She's getting down to, and it was so funny because Cookie called it out and I was like, Lee Daniels. But she was doing like hip hop ballet, getting the fuck down. And I don't know if you've never seen it. I know everybody hasn't seen like hip hop ballet. If you haven't, type it in your YouTube search engine and look up hip hop ballet, honey. And it happens with our girls, with our brown ballerinas. Baby, hip hop ballet is so goddamn bad. It really is. I mean, because they have all the technique of a prima ballerina and then all the soul that they were born with. And those hip hop ballerinas, they throw down. It's like a whole, just like Vogue is a different kind of dance. Hip hop ballerina ballet is a whole different thing. It's all a different thing on its own, and everybody can't do it. But she was doing this and getting down, and Tiana had came in and just went the fuck off and got to acting all stupid and giving. She's an amateur and this, that. Tiana don't want to be nowhere around anybody who's talented or who may take any spotlight off of her. That's the Eddie Barker shit she got going on. And then she was going on with Eddie's done more for me in 6 months than Empire's done for me in 3 years. But baby, listen. Maya ended up walking off. Because she had went up, she's like, oh my God, Tiana, I am like your biggest fan. She's like, really? Whatever. And that's what her tea was giving. That goddamn Cookie told her, let me tell you something, little girl. Because I will smack you all across your face. All across your face. I'll smack you all the way down from that number one spot that you're sitting in. I really, really will. So you don't come in here acting like no big bitch, little girl. I'm the only big bitch here. You understand? Got it, bitch? I said, Tiana. I went on off. I said, yeah, bitch, you ain't do the Eddie Barker and have nothing else to say because Cookie would have went over there and got that goddamn broom and tore your ass up. And I was here for that. So Maya comes back. She's like, I don't even know. I was a fool to even come here. I don't even know what even possessed me to even think that I would be good enough to do. She said, oh, no, honey. Don't you ever let anybody make you feel as though you're not as good as or good enough. Said you are like dynamic, and told her you're like a baby little Misty Copeland. I said, yes, you are. And I was laughing because I was thinking, I was like, God damn, Lee. Damn. But the whole time she was dancing, I was steady thinking Misty Copeland because she was just that, because she's really good. This girl, I got to look up her name, who the actress, really good. Really, really good. Yeah. She was really good. But anyway, so, yeah, she was Gary walk out, and that's what Cookie told her. You know what? It's more than just the audition. I actually know your brother, your birth mother. And she was like, okay, that bitch had to turn around there just like foster kids do sometimes, honey, when they make you want to choke them. Who the crackhead killer? And here she has all of this wrong information about Pound Cake and who Pound Cake is. And Cookie Trust her said, no, baby, your mother's not a crackhead. Now, she dealt some dope to actually, she's using the money to try to find you. And she does love you. And she's always been searching for you. And your mother's not a crackhead, baby. And yes, she did some wrong things. But a lot of the wrong things she did when she went back to jail, those things were done in her quest to try to find you. Oh, I don't want nothing to do with her, and you stay away from me. And I said, oh, girl, get your ass out of here. So Cookie ended up going back down to Pound Cake and told Pound Cake. She told Pound Cake that she hadn't found her and that she would try. And she said, well, let me just, she said, I don't know what to say. Cookie, this, that, and the other. She said, well, look, you just tell me what you want to say, and I'm going to write it down. So she wrote it down. So I guess Pound Cake's probably going to die, and she never will end up seeing her. But they didn't say, but this is just kind of the way it's leading me. Hopefully the girl will have a change of heart. She probably won't, because sometimes that foster care system, things get hidden and people start telling kids things that are not true to make things better for themselves. And I just see them get ready to go soapbox. But I never... Okay, I got 2 adoptive children. You all know that. One thing that I never do, I never speak down about their parents to them. I never do that because you can't win in that, because they have their own vision, even if they've never seen or met their parents. They have their own vision of who their parents are. And I promise you, it's a good vision. It's not a bad vision. They don't build a bad story of who their parents are. They build a good story of who their parents are, and a lot of time you're the bad one because you're the one that does all the discipline, and you're the one, and like with my youngest one, I have this whole thing where there's this barrier where he feels like it was me adopting him that kept him from actually being with his parents. And he kind of got onto that thing at like age 4, and it's been a constant battle. It's like, no, this is not the truth. This is not what happened. You know what I mean? Though, and you're trying to battle this battle without saying, child, your goddamn parents are crackheads. You don't want to do that, because I'm telling you, you will lose. It doesn't matter. There's no need to talk about what the bad things are of their parents. I mean, if you once they get to a certain age, of course, you're going to tell the truth. You know, there's a drug addiction and there's a problem and this, that, and that. But when you go into this whole crack kids and killers and they did this and they did that and they went to jail for this and they didn't care about you, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. They're going to resent you. So it's never going to come out in your favor. Don't do it. Now, that is my goddamn advice for all of you adoptive and foster parents out there. Don't fucking do it. Don't trash the parents because it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. I'm telling you, don't do it. Do not do it. I didn't do it. I don't have that problem. But even with me not doing it, there are so many hurdles that you have to jump with these children because it's a disillusion. They have a delusion about who these parents are, you know, and that's in some cases. There's other cases where the kids just, they see it for what it is and they just don't have it for them parents and don't want to be bothered. But more times than not, they have this thing about their mother and father is a king and a queen and you are a peasant, honey. And you just, look, it's a dangerous job and you knew it when you took it, honey. Adoption is not always all roses and rainbows and ooh, trust me, more times than not, it's not. There's a lot of raising children, period, has issues. Being an adoptive parent has another whole set of issues. Believe that. And they don't tell you that at the adoption agency or at the foster care agency when you get in. Okay, enough about this because that's a whole, I could pull this out and make a whole nother video about it. I'm getting back down off my soapbox, but boom, bam it, and I'm back and let's move on. So that's that. Pound Cake ain't seen the daughter. Hopefully she has a change of heart before she passes and transitions, but I don't think that she is, but I'll keep my fingers crossed. Okay, so let's move on. All right, so Tori and Jamal were rolling. You know, they've been rolling together, and they were talking about doing like an independent thing and using like pen names, like not using their names and using different names and then collaborating with other musicians and putting their new sound out, you know, under aliases as independent artists. And Tori's like, yeah, I'm down with that. Well, in the midst of them doing all this, they found this guy. He's a tattoo artist and a rapper, cute little thing, Hispanic guy. And he was really not feeling it. Like, he was mean as hell. And he was like, the hell with y'all. The hell with y'all. I don't need y'all. You know, I'm independent. He's like, that's where he was like, I'm independent. You're sheltered. You're already a star. Ain't nobody got time for y'all. I'm doing my thing. Like, y'all ain't authentic. That was where he was trying to give. Tori ended up coming back and talking to the guy and smoothed it over because he just was like against Jamal altogether. You know, because they look at Jamal as you're this rich, pampered kid, and that's not who Jamal is at all, but whatever. So Tori smoothed it over, and the guy actually ended up coming to this party that I'm going to talk about in a second. So, in the midst of that, Tori and Jamal were at the party, and Jamal sees that Tori is popping pills. That's going to be a problem, and we'll go into that more when it actually comes. So I just wanted to get that out right there. The party. Lucius wants Hakeem to knock Tiana off of her #1 spot. So he starts brainstorming and he gets with his people and then he gets with the new little guy, Bryce. Is it Bryce? I think it's Bryce. The little white boy. I think his name is Bryce. But no, Blake. Gets with Blake. Blake had this real good idea about doing a basement party. So they got this like big basement kind of looked like a warehouse. And they did it all up and they had this big party and Andre came in. Andre convinced Hakeem to let him help him. And he's like, okay, cool, I'll let you help. So they go ahead and they do all that. They still being shady to Andre, though. Andre even talked to the daggone pastor. So we got to see Lucien from If Loving You Is Wrong. We love him. We love him as Lucien. Him as the pastor. Whatever. Love him as Lucien on If Loving You Is Wrong. Anyway, so they're having a party. Tori over there getting high. they're performing and all this, and it was like, okay, cool. And I didn't get it. Hakeem, that child, little boy with the big shoes, he did this performance, but in his performance, Blake jumped up and did a bar, and the spotlight kind of went on him. Then Tiana came up there and started dancing. The spotlight kind of went on her. But anyway, I don't know. Whatever. We'll see what that's all about. But they were streaming. So, this was actually moving things along. And it was working. They were knocking Tiana off her spot. During the party, Hakeem takes Tiana upstairs, and them two go upstairs. They're at the party screwing. So, child, you all are nasty. And the way it was going down, I thought, I said, somebody filming them, child? But, anyway, didn't seem like it when we got done. They screwed. Hakeem tells her about that damn Eddie. She gets all mad and then storms on. Eddie said you was gonna try to manipulate me and get me up underneath. He said I wasn't you wasn't happy unless I'm up underneath you. Well, obviously you nasty bitch. You ain't happy unless you're underneath him either. Let him screw you at a party nasty, and then put her daggone dress in her panties, them same old nasty panties, back on and went on back down to the party. I said, go on, soggy panties, you nasty heifer. Went on down there, just a mess. So we got all that going on. Cookie ended up walking up on Lucius when he was getting the gun ready. See, I'm back to this again. Getting the gun ready. And she had to talk him out of killing because he was going to fuck Eddie up. Okay? So she said, no. So the next scene we see, Eddie gets invited to the house. Juanita's taking his coat. He come into the dining area. Child, ain't nobody sitting in there but Cookie and Lucius. So then Cookie tells him, say, all this bullshit you're doing, Eddie, we not going to do all this. And he said, she said, sit down, Eddie. And he's standing up there. She said, I said, sit down, Eddie. And he sat down. I don't know what that's about Eddie and women. He got this thing about women. They could run his ass. Oh, so sit down, Eddie. Sit your ass down. He sat down and she went to going on and pulling out these folders and telling them this, that, and the other. And I know this and I know that. And you don't want me to drop this shit. And you don't want me to do. I said, okay, she was real calm. Real calm, Cookie. Real calm. And she told him, and there's this other artist that you hopped her up on drugs. She said, see, because we already know that you didn't put Tori back on drugs. You manipulating the hell out of Tiana. See, these are games that you played. This is how you got where you were. And this other girl, you got her hopped back up on drugs, and then she committed suicide. Okay? But it's been all penned some other kind of way. And I know good well you don't want us to put this out, because then you'll never make any more money, because your little reputation will be tarnished. And I'm sure you don't want to do that. So here you go. She takes the papers. They slide them to her. These are the same papers that Lucius offered you to go ahead and sign off and walk away. But this time, there's a whole nother little piece of money in there. We took that out too, because you talk too much shit. So we went ahead and took that little piece out. Now you're really screwed. But you're going to go ahead and sign and go on about your motherfucking business. Right? And he took the pen and he said, never could say no to Cookie. And he signed and went the fuck on out of there. I said, okay. Come on, Cookie. Hey, Cookie. So that was cool. I was like, that's my girl, honey. And then a blast from the stinking ass past. We see Eddie going in there talking, honey, to somebody, and look up and get to going on. He trying to, I say, he's maneuvering again. And you see these fingernails. I say, well, who is it? That fucking stinking ass Anika. She actually has a share from Bella. So her share, then all the three wives. I said, he's still on this. He is not going to be satisfied until Lucius bonkies him. And that's all there's to it. So on that, we're just about to the end of the season, y'all. Um, I want Eddie Barker dead by the end of the season. You all tell me, what do y'all want? I want him dead. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all next week.